of rest. We still need to get those mineral samples to Mr. Rojo at the cathedral.
If that is where you are headed, then I shall accompany you.
Great. I knew we could count on you, Kay.
What exactly makes you want to follow us around?
I have unfortunately lost the data that was supposed to be stored in my memory banks. I will need to begin accumulating replacement knowledge about the world as I search for the cause. I am certain I was created with a purpose. I wish to discover what it was.
So, you want to find out more about who you are and why you lost your memories?
I suppose that makes sense. Just try not to get in our way.
There is no need to worry. I have significant combat capabilities.
Have a safe trip, my darlings. Feel free to come back anytime.
We have everything.
Monsters! What are they doing here?
They must have found their way here from deeper in the mines.
This will serve as a good opportunity for me to demonstrate my capabilities. My style of combat is different than that of a typical human. My body is constantly being supplied with crystal energy, so I do not use mana. I have great speed and stamina, allowing me to strike many times whenever I attack an enemy. However, whenever I attack or use a skill, my heat level rises. As it rises, I become stronger, but there is also a risk of overheating my systems. Let us proceed to a demonstration. Press the button each time I begin to glow to trigger additional attacks. You did well. Whenever I attack or use a skill, my heat level rises. As it rises, I become stronger, but I run the risk of overheating myself. I also possess the ability to change the positions of enemies. By using my juggle skill, I can move this enemy to the other side of the battle. Now, let me demonstrate my impact strikes. For this attack, press the button repeatedly. Try to keep the indicator in the yellow area for maximum damage. Now, let us finish disposing of these errant monsters.
Hello, Mr. Rojo. We brought the mineral water.
Well, I see you're as good as your word. It's nice to see that someone around here is.
How long do you think the repairs will take?
I don't imagine it should be too long. Just hold on tight. And there we have it. Good as new.
This is impressive handiwork.
It worked! The mural is fixed!
Cristal, why don't you try approaching the altar now?
It's working!
That leaves just 2 more cathedrals to visit. One in Cinder and one in Cristales. Although, I think we still have a little bit of unfinished business here.
Uncle Wilhelm, there you are.
Oh, hi, Risa. What are you...
She just said she was looking for me. What is it, Risa? Is everything okay?
Not exactly. The memorial service for Mom is about to start. But I'm worried that our dear Auntie Rollis is going to try something. Lucio and I haven't found any concrete evidence to use against her yet. But after what we all saw in the museum, I just know she had something to do with Mom's death.
I see. Cristales, I knew Gladys for a long time. She was more than just a close friend. She was like a sister to me. I'd really like to attend this memorial service. And maybe we can help straighten out whatever's going on with them.
Say no more, Maestro. We understand. And Risa, of course we'll help.
Great! The memorial service is being held at the Orowitz Mansion on the north side of town. I'll see you all there.
Hold on, Cristales. We haven't...
I'll see you all there.
I hate that Risa. She barely even goes to Mass, but was still always Mom's favorite.
You are as effective as usual, Master Wilhelm.
I told you, there's nothing that I can't repair.
This sensation. I felt it in the other cathedrals before.
Hold on, Cristales. We have important matters in the cathedral.
I recognize some of these things. Normally when I pass by a city, all the people and things have disappeared into the flow of time.
Maybe this is a strange question, Mr. K, but does that mean you don't have any friends?
I have had many friends, but it is not the same with me as it is with you. Once I really know a person, that is enough for me. Then I move on.
That sounds really sad.
I don't feel that way. After all, humans have such short lives that there are always new people to know.
Hello, travelers. I'm here to offer you an...
I don't really like being in places this crowded.
They appear to be mourning someone. I have observed this behavior previously.
Gladys must have been a pretty important person. It feels almost like the whole city is gathered here.
She was the head of the Orowitz family. She had a kind heart that cared for everyone, without distinction. And she always put the well-being of Talira first. She was a good friend.
Shh, it's starting.
Family and friends, we have come together today to mourn the tragic loss of our beloved matron, Gladys Orowitz. May her soul find peace in the warm arms of the lady. Lady Gladys was an inspiration to us all. I'm sure we each have many stories of her selflessness and kindness. So today, although we mourn, we should also try to celebrate a life well lived. I ask that everyone please come together, take a moment, and share your happy memories of Lady Gladys with each other. Knowing her, I'm sure she would rather be remembered with smiles than with tears.
So what do we do now?
Let's go talk to Uncle Lucio.
Are all the attendants ready, my sweet puffs? Are all the...
Glad to see you made it, Master Wilhelm.
I wouldn't miss it for anything.
Glad to see you made it, Master Wilhelm.
I wouldn't miss it for anything.
Are all the...
Glad to see...
I wouldn't miss it for
I remember how she was always kind to everyone in town. She even brought me medicine when I was sick.
When I said I wanted to study in the university, she was the first one to encourage me. She was always like that, bringing out the best in people.
Lady Gladys was always a philanthropist. Half the things in the museum were donated by her.
She was a great teacher. We're going to miss her.
Master Wilhelm, I'm happy you made it. Gladys would have wanted you here.
I'm glad I made it too. Risa let me know what was happening. Have the two of you made any progress on your investigation into Rallis?
Some. Supposedly she was Gladys's cousin, who had been living abroad. Almost no one here seems to remember her, although both the twins vouched for her. I checked and I was able to find some holdings in her name, but I couldn't find anyone who actually recalls seeing her there. No one saw her kidnap Franny either. If we were to confront her now, it would just be our word against hers. And that's where the trail runs cold, I fear. I would ask Gladys about her, but one can't interrogate the dead.
Maybe there's something I can do to help with that.
How so? What do you mean?
I think that's Lady Gladys I see in the past. I may be able to use time magic to find out what she's saying.
Leave it to me, Crisbel.
It warms my heart to see the city prospering like this. My children seem to think I'm invincible, but I won't be here to guide them forever. I suppose there's only one thing left to do. Time to go finish that will I've been working on.
I should probably tell Mr. Lucio about this.
Crisbel, did you learn anything useful?
I think so, Mr. Lucio. Did you know Lady Gladys left a will?
I knew she started working on one, once, but not what became of it. My friends, we now have a special announcement. Lady Rallis wishes to address the group.
Today is indeed a very sad day.
Hey, that's the bird lady I saw. I think.
But the Orowitz family must move forward. I'm sure that is what Gladys would have wanted. And to that end, we do have some business that needs to be resolved. The family needs to choose a new matriarch. Before her tragic death, my dear sister Gladys made me promise that I would take care of the family if anything happened to her. She was quite insistent that the family fortune be protected and stay within the family. So, it is with a heavy heart that I nominate myself for the role.
That woman kidnapped my Franny.
And she plotted with the Empress.
And she came out of a magic portal and smashed the mural.
And she... Wait, what?
Buki, are you saying you saw what happened?
Yes. No? Maybe. I think. I'm sorry, dearie. My memory hasn't been the same ever since I lost my parts.
Maybe Rallis disassembled her to prevent her from telling this story.
If we can find the missing components, I think it should be possible to repair her.
Wow, Kay. Talk about being reliable.
Do you know where the rest of your body might be, Miss Buki?
I'm not entirely sure, but I can still feel around them a bit. They're somewhere salty and dark and full of monsters. Not very pleasant.
That sounds like the depths of the salt mines. Let's go check it out. Just hold tight, Gladys. We won't let this woman ruin your legacy. The entrance to the mines is to the west, Crispell. Let's go find Buki's missing parts.
Oh, thank you all so much for doing this for me, dearies. Oh, perhaps afterwards I can bake you all some cookies. Oh, I see them. Some of my parts are right there. Ah, my pearls. Oh, it feels so good to see them again. Once I'm all back together, I'll have to find a proper way to thank you.
Great display, Crispell.
The last time I came to this area, there was no cavern here.
These mines have been around for generations. How often do you pass by these places?
I do not measure my life by the same timescales that you do. It is rare for an event to occur that is interesting enough to merit my involvement.
What would be an example of something that's interesting enough?
For example, when a time mage comes to the lake with the head of a witness in her bag.
Yeah, I hear you, Kay. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing that happens that often.
All right, that's enough chit-chat, everyone. We have a job to do.
Indeed. I can sense the faint signal of a witness down here. It must be Buki's remaining parts.